And we are back, and now I'm turning on the desktop audio so that everyone else can be back as well.
Hello.
Holy crap, my friends. That was one hell of an encounter. I don't know how I expected it to go, but I don't think I expected it to go that way. So at this time, first off, folks who are still in chat, please sound off. Give some support to the player, specifically Jen, who just lost a character.
I'm gonna cry.
And it's been a good long while since I've killed a player character, and it's not quite as sweet a taste as I once believed it to be. But I'm very sad to hear that Clarion's story is, at least for the moment, remember that death is a revolving door, because you can always, like, as these characters get up higher and higher level, could probably, you know, resurrect Clarion if they wished. But for now, Clarion's story is unfortunately over. And the other characters, however, will be leveling up, including Meepo leveling up to level 3, and the other player characters leveling up to 4. And we will meet
You
Jen.
mean 5.
I mean 5. You're absolutely right. I meant 5. Jen, we will introduce your character in a little bit. Why don't we talk to the characters who leveled up a little bit about what choices you're making about level 5. Let's go ahead and start with M. What are you doing for level 5?
So I get, like, my proficiency goes up as per the usual. I picked the spell Sending. Yeah, that's right. I gotta tell the spouse that, yeah, it's gonna suck. That's gonna suck. And then I picked up the Invocation Thirsting Blade, which gives me a second attack. That's the sum total of my level up.
Jeff, what are you up to at level 5?
A lot of my spells are getting strictly upgraded. I'm swapping out Ice Knife in favor of Fireball because a big AoE source of elemental damage is the goal. Let's see. I'm also swapping out Sleep because Rip Sleep. It was very useful for a very long time, but Hypnotic Pattern is just better than it in every way than what I need right now. But I also get a new spell at this level. So for my spell at this level, I decided to go with Haste.
Haste is an excellent spell. Have you picked up the twin? Meta magic yet?
I do have the twin meta magic feat.
Awesome.
And I also, at 5th level, per my bloodline of Tiefling, I also gained the invisibility spell.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Gail, talk to me a little bit about what Charlotte is doing, getting up to level 5.
Well, everyone gets more HP. Her ward's maximum has also gone up to 13. So when she first pops the ward out, it has 13 HP now. And then not a lot happens for Wizard at level 5, like your proficiency bonus goes up like everyone else. But I get 2 spells. And now I have access to 3rd level spells. And I'm taking Dispel Magic and Lightning Bolt.
Ooh,
Nice.
So we have a Fireball and a Lightning Bolt. So I can see that this party is absolutely sick of not being able to not do damage. Not being able to do damage.
Charlotte did a lot of damage in that.
That's
She
true.
did, like,
No, Charlotte
40 damage with the daggers.
probably was the one that actually, like, if you look at all the damage that was done, Charlotte was kind of the one that cut that thing to pieces. And that's the thing, like, even if I had tried to have the Roper move, its movement speed is 5 feet. So, like, and then it would have, like, gone up the wall and still had its head in the daggers. It wouldn't have mattered. So it was fine.
Yeah,
Charlotte, yes, it blended. Lionor is absolutely right. It ended up blending. It took
that's the
a
advantage of a
while.
spell that you can't save against.
You know what else ended up blending? Clarion. Moving on. So
Rude.
look, I got to make at least one joke, okay? I'll move on now. But so now, as Jen is putting the finishing touches on her character,
no idea how to. I'm having a lot of trouble trying to do Stinky the Giant Frog. So.
That's fair. I will. What we'll do instead is I will just make an NPC frog for the time being. I'll have to read into what the Beastmaster Ranger's new rules are. But
yeah, I have it in front of me. I just don't know how to get it onto a character sheet. And I have the ability to pull up a template sheet, but I can't actually change anything in the template sheet. And I'm like, dude, give me one or the other. Come on.
Well, I think I will.
I'm going to try the library one more time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I know. It's so annoying, though.
I had a quick question.
Yes.
Because we leveled up,
Yes.
do we get the full effects of leveling up, as in back up to max HP?
So that's gonna kind of be the question.
Yeah,
Theoretically, you level up when you long rest. I just felt like it would work for the break, so that you could think about it during the time away. So technically, you are leveling up when you long rest, but I kind of assumed that was coming pretty quickly.
Yeah. You were pretty banged up.
Yeah, there is a scene that's going to happen before you are able to long rest, involving a brand new and totally not planted character, and we can figure out the mechanics like down the road. All that really matters is that we get this party started. So I'm going to go back over to the table.
Just keep that reference up for now, I guess. And
So, where we last left off, Clarion is dead. Meepo is severely injured. Calder is severely annoyed. Charlotte
is not the right adjective.
Charlotte and Lore are both currently okay, although Lore did end up in and out of consciousness quite frequently over the course of the last, 12 seconds. What do you all do? Meepo is shaking the water out of his armor and kind of sort of keeping to himself at the moment. What do you all do?
I'm sending swoops to look around to make sure there's no more of those fuckers around here.
Make a perception check with advantage for swoops, please. Swoops doesn't notice any enemies. Swoops does go to the direct north of your current position and notices that there are 2 open rooms and 1 closed door, and there's definitely some noise coming from behind the door.
Okay. So
But
he reports that back, I
but
tell him to come back.
there's nothing immediately dangerous here.
It doesn't sound like another roper is behind the door, right?
No. The
Okay.
roper was very quiet until it wasn't.
Okay. I tell
There's
everybody
something
else.
behind that door to the northwest, but it's not a rope or whatever it is.
Calder is not even paying attention. He's partially disassociating until shaken. He's talking through what he could have done differently or what he can do differently in the future.
I'm gonna go grab another can of LaCroix.
Oh, and
Seltzer.
he is
Please sponsor me, LaCroix. I'll be right back.
He is also fiercely holding his arcane symbol and he's white knuckling it. He's not letting go.
Oh, Lore is being a bitch and is agreeing with everything that Calder says.
Oh. Oh. Charlotte is after the first couple exchange of I should have done this. Yeah, you should have. Charlotte's gonna try to get in there and be like, hey, we need something to wrap his body in. Can someone help me with this if we're gonna take him with us?
Oh, I assume that she is also doing that, but if Calder is standing there going blah 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 blah, Lore is helping to deal with her basically second her second spouse.
Who has the whistle?
But it's this, yeah, with the whistle.
Who has the whistle currently?
Just
Lore
you
took
could
the
have done
whistle.
better. You could have done
Speaking of
anything.
which,
Laura, if
What?
you don't shut the fuck up right now, I will
I
burn
will
your house
drown
to
you.
the
I do
ground.
not give a fuck.
I will burn your house to the ground.
Do it.
Lore.
Guys!
Lore, the whistle tells you it's ready to go.
We gonna blow that whistle.
Wait,
Great.
Lore! Can I make a quick Arcana check?
Yes. Do it.
What? Oh, no, that's swoops. Okay, I was like, no, my Arcana is great. Why does it have a -4? Because that's swoops.
Swoops is amazing, but not that smart. A 15?
Do I know that? Yeah. Do I know with a 15 that that animating dead on this body makes it harder to resurrect later?
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
I shout that out. If you animate him, it's going to be harder to bring him back later.
Oh, that whistle really wants to be blown. I'm not going to make you roll or anything, but man, does that whistle really want you to bring Clarion back. It's so easy. All you have to do is exhale into this thing, and it will bring your friend back.
I mean, I've been literally blowing the whistle for the past hour.
I won't be there.
So, we now have a zombie. Mostly. It's kind of zombie-ish and skeleton-ish at this point. Some bits are kind of digested.
Quick question.
Yes.
We have not had a long rest officially yet, right?
Not officially, no.
Okay, excellent.
You are allowed to take one. You are in a safe place at this point, but no, we have not actually done that thing yet.
Did we
I
get
want
all of... Sorry, go ahead.
when I blow the whistle, I want to be like staring like a Calder dead in the eyes when I do it. Because I'm the only one that's doing anything to fix the problem.
Charlotte's
No
going to stand
subtext.
up and say, Lore, you're not fixing the problem.
And Calder and Clarion totally agrees in a very mute zombie way. Jen.
I will freeze another bridge across the waterway and walk back across.
Excellent. Jen, what one piece of Clarion's iconic outfit and accoutrement is the zombie holding on to make it very clear that this is Clarion's zombie?
My lady, the loot.
Absolutely. Ha, see what I did there on accident, but also on purpose? Absolutely. So it has no strings anymore. The strings are cut, but it's still like, as it follows.
Remember, because it's the rest of it.
Is there such a thing as a negative bardic
indestructible.
inspiration? So
'Cause it's still indestructible.
Yeah, that is any magic items that Clarion had didn't get digested.
indeed, also the coinage, and we'll deal with the actual transaction on the character sheets after the thing.
Okay.
I have unlocked your movement. I'm not going to make you make another athletics check to get back over the river, especially since Calder is doing the bridge thing. What are you up to?
I need the map again.
Oh, no worries.
Can we have a zombie friend?
Yes, I will go into NPCs. I will pull a zombie. It's just the absolute best zombie you've ever seen.
It's so good.
I've put it into the combat tracker. I thought I did. I guess I didn't. There it is. It's friendly. And it's zombie, parentheses, Clarion,
I'm just trying to find
sad
the whistle.
face, and parentheses.
Zombie formerly known as Clarion.
Okay.
Oh.
There is a
I'm
Clarion
sorry.
zombie.
Where's the whistle? I'm trying to find it.
I don't think it's been moved into the
I have
thing
not
yet.
put it into the thing yet. We'll take care of that
The
part.
party sheet has all of everything on everybody's sheet. I just don't know what it's called.
It's called the Night Caller, I think.
Thank you. I was looking in W's.
Caller, night caller.
So
You know how we
Calder,
do it.
as you move northward, you definitely hear what sounds like hyperventilating on the other side of the door that is immediately to your left, just before the stairs. The door is closed currently.
Open it with Mage Hand.
It's locked? Question mark? Yeah, I think I'm gonna say it's locked. Just for funsies.
You want to take out some aggression on the door?
My form of taking out aggression involves exploding things, and I'm out of spell slots.
Oh, that seems bad.
You have a sickle.
Yeah, my sickle sucks.
And a knife that had darkness cast on it.
Don't fucking
Want to see it? I get real up close.
I'm gonna. If we're just staring at the door at this point,
I'll just open it. I'm having a bad day.
Okay. I was gonna pop swoops in there, but whatever.
PvP ourself into like consciousness.
You're able to get it open with some effort. Like, I'm not gonna make a roll on it. It only seemed like it was locked. Like you tried
stuck?
it for a second. It seems like somebody like might have jammed it a little bit from the other side as you open it.
My guess is running from the roper.
And as you enter, you see two things immediately. You see another skeletal dwarf, and you see... Jen, would you be so kind as to introduce your new character?
Yeah, I was trying to put pictures up, but yeah, that's not working right now. So you see a really short, tiny, 3-foot goblin woman, ranger, wearing all leathers, big, nasty crossbow slung across her back, and a couple of short swords, and she very calm on top of a giant frog. She's just sitting on the frog. Doesn't have like a saddle or nothing. She's just sitting on the frog for the moment.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put... Keep talking.
A giant frog is what? Medium sized?
It's medium sized.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's small. So she's very small. She's the smallest of the small. She's tiny as hell. Like Echo would tower the crap over her.
Echo was like 3'2".
Okay, you know what? That's actually a lot
a
at
giant
that point.
toad. A giant toad is a large creature.
But a giant frog is a
Frog.
medium size.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
got it.
because
My
the
bad.
primal thing is it's going to be medium sized.
Yeah,
so.
all good. Keep going.
So she is staring at you guys. She doesn't really have much of an expression. Like, she doesn't look surprised. She doesn't look like she's just calm, staring at you, and but she also looks a little ragged. Like totally maybe there's some junk on like the side of her gear that like a really smart person would guess is a bit like ropery. So yeah.
She has I had trauma face.
She has yeah. And
Calder's looks up and down, looks at everything, looks at all context clues. The roper's dead. And I'll just sort of stagger it, walk away from the door.
I'm putting in a temporary portrait for you, and
yeah, I
you
was
can
trying to get a portrait. I was trying to it's not letting me upload. Like it decided to completely be a dick about the frog portrait that I found.
all
And I was
good.
like,
We'll
damn.
we'll figure it out.
Oh no.
We'll figure it out. I'm just dropping a random picture on you for the time being. So
Yeah.
yes.
So Calder just walks away after like the roper steps.
Looks up, looks at everything, looks at Frog, looks at you, looks at roper-related injuries. It's dead. And just sort of walks away from the wall, walks away from the door. We found
Well,
another...
that's good.
Yep. Come on.
Hi.
Hi. It looks like you made it through with your party.
Not all of us.
Most of us, yeah. And then like Charlotte kind of remembers her manners and like straight back is like, I am Charlotte de Corbel, and it is a pleasure to meet you. Holds out the hand.
Oh my.
Zombie
I am
Clarion
Krista.
smashes its fist against my lady.
You have a friend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. It's
Kritha.
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 Kritha. You have to pronounce it with the
Krita.
Kri. You know,
Kri.
goblin mouths. Think teeth. Kri.
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 You roll the R's.
You have to be afraid to slit your tongue with your own teeth. Kri.
Kri.
It's the only way it's beautiful.
Krita.
Kritha.
Meepo closes that south door. And there's like a bar that he sets.
Yeah, was there anything in the other two rooms?
There is no, but there is a thing on the dwarf. The dwarf has a key ring with a fairly ornate iron key on it. It's the only thing on that particular dwarf body, and I'm sure it isn't important at all.
No.
Did Kritha find it, or did like we search it once we found Kritha?
I'm gonna go ahead and kick that to Jen. Did you think to search the dwarven skeleton that you were next to when you were hiding
Kritha would have totally searched the
Then
dwarven
yes,
skeleton.
you have the key. You know
Okay,
there
I
is.
have the key.
You know there is
I'm
a key
staring at Meepo.
and a few platinum pieces as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop that.
Platinum pieces.
I'm gonna
They're
go ahead and drop
sparkles.
that into the party sheet as well.
Nice. Kritha's feeling good, except for all her party being dead.
Oh,
No, we were late.
this is Meepo.
Yeah, all of the good people. Right.
Meepo, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Meepo. It's such a different party that I'm expecting here.
Yes, new family was bigger.
And deader. Cool.
So,
Like I
Kritha,
have my family. This is Stinky. And the frog goes. I can't.
Meepo-
I just failed. Croaks. It croaks really loudly, but kind of a bass.
Somewhere-
But apparently, I can't do that. And the Russian accent.
Somewhere in the distance, like in a town far away from you, Erky Timbers sneezes and shudders involuntarily.
I was about to say, like somewhere in some unknown grave, in some unmarked animal grave in the Sunless Citadel, a frog starts turning in its grave.
Kritha, Stinky. Gotcha.
Stinky, yes.
Oh, and this is Lore, and this is Alder.
Lord.
And this is Clarion.
Is it?
That is not Clarion.
And you're not a nice person. I don't give a shit.
That is a thing that is puppeting its corpse.
Kritha, what brings you to this hellhole?
Well, funny you should ask. It involves orcs, and dwarves, and hands, and
You're looking for
things, and
You're looking for the forge.
the usual. The usual. There are many parties down here. They're just not good parties. There's no booze. There's no. It's just party. It's very flat and dead. But you have dead too, so dead good.
You've run into other people down here besides the orcs?
Oh, there are other people. I can smell them. They all want the same things.
What
Yeah,
do you want?
What I want? It's not what I want. It's what you want.
We want to scout the area, map it out, see what's here
Why?
for a friend.
For a friend. That's some friend. Some friend.
I mean,
Yeah, you know,
he's
they're
also
kind of
paying us.
yeah, he's a king. Um,
A king! A king!
yeah.
Well, you are exalted of a party. Exalted indeed.
Can I get a
Exalted
read on Kretha? Has Kretha gone a little mad being in this room for too long?
Kretha is not mad. Kretha is just kind of weird.
Just a little eccentric.
And not even eccentric, honestly. Kretha is just, treating you calmly. We're in the same. Yeah, Kretha is by habit going to start out by treating you as if we are in like a great hall together. And by a great hall, I mean, more of a goblin great hall, but still.
Without necessarily checking in, Meepo is going to sort of begin to set up a camp and make sure that both sides of the because there's only two exits here, right? One, the stairs to the north, and the door to the south that he just barred. He will like sort of scout up the stairs a little bit, find a place where he can set up an overwatch, and as you all are talking, he'll kind of sort of start to unroll some bedrolls and stuff like that.
I'll, when Swoops clues me into that's what Meepo's doing, I'll gesture for Kretha to join us. We're a little wrecked. Could use some sleep.
Continue.
I'm going to direct Clarion to help Meepo.
Clarion is so enthusiastic about picking up the sleeping bag and then putting it back down, but it doesn't put it down right because he doesn't quite have the same amount of control over both of his limbs. So he tries to fluff it again, and it doesn't really work out very well, and it's kind of comedic in a really tragic kind of way.
Like, this would be funny in any other circumstance.
Like it's really simple. If this was, Jeeves, Clarion's, Jarvis, Clarion's, zombie or whatever.
You're
which
pretty sure
Calder
Jarvis would do a
totally
better
cool
job
with.
than this.
Yeah. I knew Jeeves. I didn't like Jeeves.
Well, you know what? How about this? I will not blow the whistle again tomorrow. You can kill the zombie, and then you can carry his fucking bones back.
Whistle?
Calder will just stare at Laura for a good.
I mean,
seconds.
unless of course having the bones walk them own selves back would be better for you, which is kind of the idea here, because I know that I'm the strongest one in the party and I can't fucking carry shit and hit shit and deal with all of the problems that we deal with by myself. You gotta carry something or you gotta let it go.
I'm going to miss Clarion too. And I'll walk away from the conversation.
There's not a whole lot of places to walk away to, but there are some doors you can close.
Heading up the steps then.
Yeah, to wherever Meepo is setting up the little camp.
The steps continue pretty far up. You can get a little ways up without having to like be in a dangerous spot. So yeah, you're able to take a quick walk. Anything else we want to do before we take ourselves a rest?
I will virtually set up the alarm around where we're setting up.
No problem.
Calder will wash. We'll just wash the battle and grime and gore of Roper off of his clothes.
And I will remove that battle map because we are no longer there. Okay.
And then At some point in the watch rotation, like, Charlotte's trying to get the same watch as Lore to have a conversation with a little less audience. Just, it's, you know, once we've done everything, anybody else got anything else to do tonight?
I have a scene that I would like to do. Rob, my thought is that I want to have a conversation with my patron. Because I want to perform the Hexblade Pact of the Blade ritual in order to take the new great sword and turn it into my pact weapon.
Okay.
But I have an in character feeling that I need to get permission to do so.
Oh, yeah, and I also identify all the shit that we found.
Also true. Okay, so I'm gonna start with M's thing.
Yeah.
So,
I'd like the sword identified first before we we know it's magical.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
There isn't a roll for anything, right?
Nope, I just spend the time.
So the sword is a flame tongue.
Okay.
It does not give a +1 to attack or damage, but it does, when you activate it, shed light and deal extra fire damage, even and on top of any spells you might cast to deal fire damage. Okay. I think it's 2d6. But it does, in this very dark place, shed very bright light when you do that. It also, as I just want to mention one more time, bears Durganon's mark and gives you the feeling like you want to go deeper into the mountain.
Right.
There are other things to identify, but before we do, let's go ahead and run that thing with M. So you wanted to ask your patron.
Yeah.
Give us a little bit more detail about your relationship with your patron.
So my patron and I don't normally talk per se. Sorry, I'm just looking for a specific fucking bond thingy. It's gone. I can't find it. That's fine. So the patron and I don't actually have face-to-face type conversations. We struck a deal when I was in wizard school, because I was struggling and I needed a little boost to get past through my classes so I could actually graduate, because if I didn't, then there would have been some bullshit with my family and whatnot. All I remember of the actual deal that I signed was that I would be trading away time. However, the patron decides to determine what that means. But because the patron itself actually is the pact weapon at the moment, basically I would have to feed them the blade and they would take over it in order to become part of the blade.
To inhabit the blade.
You have to make the swords kiss.
They're gonna kiss. We're gonna make a new baby sword. It might change the appearance if you want it to, so they look like a melding of the two swords, but I effectively would get the benefit of this sword on top of my improved pact blade if my improved pact blade is better.
Yeah. And
I get a gestalt, which is I just get all of the good sides of things.
And when you come out of the long rest, are you going to be transitioning into spring?
I'm going to be transitioning into summer.
Into summer. Excellent. You're going to kind of stay there for the time being.
Yeah.
You find yourself more stable. Yes. So your patron. So when you bring this up to your patron, in whatever way that you do, your patron, in whatever manner that it does, acts like a standoffish cat saying, "Do whatever you want." And in that, I'll be really disappointed if you make the wrong decision, but I'm not going to tell you what's the wrong decision, because obviously you should already know what the wrong decision is. And then you bond the blade, and you can't quite tell whether you made the right choice or not, but you can tell that your seasons are much more stable now.
In what direction?
Whatever role you're making for your wisdom saves or whatever, I'm going to ask you to give yourself advantage on those going forward.
Okay.
So, talk to me a little bit.
Me still?
Yes.
In what way?
Well, you just bond this new blade. You find
so
yourself
I do
a little bit more
ritual.
a little bit more grounded, a little bit more connected to the area around you.
Okay. The wisdom saves that I've been doing is to put the blade away. Because for audience members and stuff, the time that my patron takes is when the blade is out. They are significantly more influencing my actions. So the season change is just like an emotional change swift. So if my emotions are starting to like stabilize and I'm starting to like finalize what season I stay in constantly, because some Elegant just stay in one season. That's I'm down. And I'm gonna head into like summer wrath mode. But
you're definitely feeling some wrath from this blade.
we're gonna that I'm down. Fuck yeah. So yeah, I figure the blade will probably change just slightly. It's probably like less like a elven curve. It's more straight. And just like it'll still be like the dark oil slick color. But maybe it has like a little bit more like stars in it. So it's more like nebula colored than oil slick, and it has like that little bit of brightness.
What else do folks have to do before we take a long rest?
I'm gonna identify everything else.
Okay, so you found yourself
the helmet,
+1 ring of protection, which was 100% meant for Clarion. As a DM, I literally dropped it into the gullet of that roper in order to help Clarion out, and unfortunately, I was too late. The second ring is a ring of spell storing.
Oh wow, that was a
Oh yeah.
that was something.
Oh yeah. It's a ring of whatever scroll you want to have on hand whenever you want to have it on hand. I'm gonna go ahead in the party sheet. I'm gonna go ahead and identify those. The protection one should already be identified.
Yep.
And now the spell storing ring should also be identified. The other stuff is just a random assortment of gems. You find some emeralds, a large ruby, some serpentines. I'm not sure what kind of gem that is. I haven't seen one of those.
They're pale green irregular rocks.
Fair enough. A little, yeah. They're kind of like turquoise, I think.
A little bit, but more of a pineish green, less of a turquoise, of a deep turquoise.
Got it. And you have the iron key that came off of the dwarf that you looted, or that our new character looted.
Does the ring of spell storing have something in it currently?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Because identify would tell me what it has in it.
That's a great question. Hold on. This is one of those times when I have to think about what would be cool. So I'm gonna...
It says, when found, it contains 1d6 first level spells chosen by the DM.
It has some first level spells. Okay. Awesome. I'm just gonna go through the first level spells. I'm rolling a 1d6. Actually, no. Gale, would you be so kind? Roll me a 1d6, please. Let's talk about first level spells. Be ready to write some stuff down. 2 first level spells. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of roll through here. And I'm going to, there are 3 pages. Okay, so we're going to say you get Featherfall.
Ooh, nice.
And you get... Let's go with Sanctuary.
Ooh, okay.
Those are your 2 first level spells. Oh, crap. Hold on. There we go. I could tell that my window was getting all wonky. Fortunately, you weren't in the window at the time. Here we are. Okay.
Okay, and it's first through 5th level, no effect. Spell level's not
I guess
used,
we're not
cast,
quite
how
there
much
yet.
space it uses. Level the slot
Also,
used-
Kistrel has just redeemed +2 to the next d20 rolled by a PC, so let's
Excellent.
note that down. Thank you, Kistrel. I'm glad you're here.
I am going to cast, because we're still on that day and I still had 1 second level left, I'm going to cast Spider Climb into the ring.
Okay,
So that'll take up 2 slots, so it has 1 slot left.
nice. So you're able to cast Spider Climb into the ring, and it now has the 2 spells I mentioned previously and Spider Climb within it.
Yep. And then I'm going to use... no, that's what I'm doing for now.
Okay.
If Calder is nearby when I finish identifying that, I'm going to try to go talk to him about it.
I mean, he's impressed and immediately like jealous, but doesn't otherwise make any gesture for it or even indicates that he wants it. He just sort of looks to the side. He's like, it's clear that his trauma is interfering with what would be a normal thought process.
Charlotte's not picking up on that and is going to say, listen, it has Featherfall and it has Sanctuary on it already. I put a Spider Climb in there. I can't cast Featherfall or Sanctuary because I can't see targets. Will you wear it for now? Do you have room in your abilities to wear it? It requires attunement.
Yeah, I'm aware. He will.
There we go.
He will flip up the wand of entangle, like spin it in his fingers for a couple minutes, just staring at it. Because the other things they have are objectively continue to be useful, but let me just take a glance at entangle. Is that even a spell that you could find useful?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think, well, with the wand, you can still cast it, right? Like...
From a point within range. Yeah, I could do that. I don't need to
It
see
says
shit.
a point within range.
Yeah, cool. He will look at that, and he'll flip up this. We got this from a druid in the Sunless Citadel. I'll just gently thap it into Charlotte's hand. The person who wielded it was an utter asshole, so wield it for Clarion. And I'll take the ring.
All right.
Ooh.
Here. Ring of Spell Storing. It's got 1 Featherfall, 1 Sanctuary, and 1 Spider Climb. Leaving 1 space for 1 other first level spell if you want to cast it in it tonight.
I don't have any spells left, period.
I'd like to go ahead and talk...
Well then, and she casts Shield into it.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Because she had another slot left. So there you go.
Useful.
I'd like to go ahead and talk to Jen's new character now. Because you're seeing a very admittedly dysfunctional kind of camp building, and there's some camaraderie here, but there's definitely also some tension here. How do you respond? And Laura, you're going to be up next.
I guess she's gonna kind of slide. Actually, jump. There's no sliding down the side of a frog. They're sticky. Jump off of Stinky and kind of amble over and just kind of sort of insert herself into things, but very casually. Like,
This is a party that is used to welcoming small humanoids.
she doesn't know that. I mean, she guesses a little. I mean, they've got a kobold, and a undead bard. So there's obviously something happening here. And it's very curious. and so she wants more information. That's really what she's gonna try and figure out. And also there is a bit of there's a lot of self-serving going on in here, because while they act like that and are obviously very fucking dysfunctional, they did take down a roper, which killed her entire party and probably lots of others too. So her goal right now would be to kind of gently insert herself in with this party in such a way that she'll have a way of having a party to get around.
Stinky looks up at Swoops and kind of for just a second, like
No.
and then puts his head
Swoops
back
would
down.
be the size of a gnat to an African
Yes.
giant bullfrog, though.
Yeah, he just for a second he
not
tracks.
even would care.
He,
Yeah.
he tracks him for just a moment, but then he shakes his head and goes back to his business. Because you're right, he's not worth eating.
No,
Kretha's
Swoops would be eating like dwarf-sized things.
Kretha is a small size.
Specifically.
She'll be adopted very quickly.
Kretha is tiny.
Specifically dwarf-sized things. Yes.
Yes.
So,
Dwarfs are delicious.
Lore, talk to me about the rest of your time before you finally go to sleep. This long rest that's upcoming.
I think I know that Charlotte wanted to do watch with her.
Yes.
So I don't care where the watch is. So if other people are taking watches,
I'm not running any random encounters this evening, so let's go ahead and jump right to that scene.
So for during watch, Charlotte basically just sends Swoops around to be keeping watch and turns to Lore. Is the sword out?
I probably had it. I was probably doing the ritual on the watch, so like there was like a meditative thing, and then when I'm done, the sword just fucking vanishes.
Charlotte's gonna sigh, reach into her pocket, and pull out the ring of protection that she identified, and kind of holds it out to Lore and asks, "Can you wear this?"
Yeah.
Then you should.
Okay.
Oh God, this is gonna hurt so bad. I'm sorry. Hurt.
And then
Say stuff like that in that tone.
Yeah. Charlotte's just gonna wait to see if Lore says anything else.
Lore is in like a very like just trying to like calm down. So she's not in a super talky mood.
Okay. So after about like 20 minutes of waiting, Charlotte gets impatient. She'll clear her throat again and so that's I'm not saying it's wrong to relieve the need of someone to carry him. It's just a little weird to be calling the current construct Clarion. Like you see how that's weird, right?
It's his name.
All right. Hey, Lore. I'm gonna ask a selfish thing of you.
Okay.
If I die down here, don't do that to me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do we have anything else to do before we come to our long rest?
Kretha would be like, I know you don't know me for anything, but I have been here a little while, and we can watch too. I mean, I have two eyes good eyes. And Stinky is actually very good watch. Incredible watch. So you look like you need sleep. You sleep. I watch. No funny stuff.
Yeah. Do we let her take watch alone, or do we have someone sit up with her?
I swear on my mother, no funny stuff.
We will bullshit and say, no, we do watch in pairs.
This is pair. Do not see. Stinky.
Fine. We do pairs with people capable of speech.
Stinky understands speech.
Understand is not the same as speaking.
Well, looks like Calder volunteers, and Charlotte goes to her bedroll.
Yep, sounds great.
Fair enough. You, me, we watch. You maybe need to talk in. So let them go sleep. Come here. Come on.
Calder will spend a portion of the night looking at his blood vial, which is probably boiling, and that's probably weird.
Yep.
That's new.
It's new. You're not sure if it's weird, but it's definitely new.
I have to imagine that his upgrades to magic happen of him having weird surges of power until they're crystallized. So he spends his night just essentially muscling through that.
Does anybody else? Go ahead.
Eventually, he would open up to Kretha and just ask about what brought her here, why,
Yeah, I want to kind of roleplay that.
Please do. Yes.
What?
Yeah, I'm here
How
for
did you
holding
get-
a little bit of the watch with Calder because I think that it's going to be cathartic for you.
Heck yes.
Maybe. And
Do it.
So how long were you? So how long were you in the closet?
In the closet. Well, day and night, hard to see under. But long enough for Stinky to get very hungry.
And not enough for one of you to eat each other.
Well, no. Stinky's giant frog, but Stinky's not giant frog. You know how that little bat smells, kind of like magic. Stinky's magic.
Ah,
Stinky's magic.
that's nice.
So you're down here. You're down here on the demand of a king or their request, and you do not. You seem to be very close and yet very angry, like all of you. Are you all right?
We were very close to the body that's been reanimated. I'll give a very annoyed glance over to the zombie Clarion.
Wait, so that's your dead person? Not just a dead person, but your dead person.
A friend.
Okay, that's all right. That's not just the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
I am having a very bad day.
Yes.
And then I will probably descend into a rant of the entirely long-winded and first off it was this fucking cave and then a fucking smoke chimney and then murdering a bunch of orcs.
And really very little seems to phase Kretha. She does keep just going, yes.
Murder killed that ogre warlord upstairs. That guy's fucking dead. Moving on to and the high priest.
Very good. Please tell me you took body parts.
I think the hand. We also got the Eye of Grumsh.
Ooh.
Fuck that thing. Then we killed a bunch of those Sturge bat things. Fuck those. Move on to just the play-by-play of every step. All this because a good reminder that all happened today.
Yeah, it did. It did.
More or less.
It's been a long bad day, and periodically he'll go back to bitching about those fucking peasants who couldn't climb up a goddamn chimney despite working in mines their entire lives. And he'll talk about
part is
But at least they weren't those fucking peasants.
You guys did all of that, and Kretha and her party managed to sneak in because we didn't kill any of those guys. And then they died by Roper.
F.
That said,
Should have gone to the
Jen,
fight, leveled up, then they could have fought the Roper.
Jen, you are aware of a north exit out of the Glitterheim, which is how your party got in. It's an old tunnel that you're pretty sure the orcs dug like generations ago when they were trying to attack the Dwarven Citadel. Like, you're pretty sure you were able to search and stumble upon their entrance tunnel. So you do know in the Glitterheim to the north there is an exit that you can actually use to get the hell out of here without having to go past all of the goddamn orcs.
Yeah. So how'd you get down here?
I'll describe a vague path around the river, traveling down the stream for a bit, making the big room that has the river in it, and like the channel we took and following it sound like completely different rooms. Because you're brand new, and
How did you get down here?
Oh, we fell.
No, really?
There was definitely a shaking that you felt a little while ago, but you probably thought you were dreaming.
You had bad day. It's okay. And she reaches up and pats your head. Just gently. It's okay.
Calder will flinch at that because he is not someone who gets much in the way of affectionate touching. But like
she
after
act like she noticed the flinch at all.
Like after a second and it's apparent that this isn't being hit, he'll like lean into it. And then probably start like doing the thing of someone who's utterly touch starved and just sort of like collapse into it. He probably starts crying. He just lost a friend.
Oh, okay, well now we're hugging the tiefling. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I lost people too, and they're not back, but it's rough down here. It's not good. We should not have come, but okay.
A distinct impression is that this Calvin does not get touched a lot. This is very rare for him, and he's just not. He doesn't have the coping skills for it.
Literally, like if anybody was looking, they would see her looking over at the frog. They wouldn't be able to understand her if they understood Goblin, but she would be mouthing, "Why nobody else help him? What happening? These people weird." Yeah.
Meepo fucking sleeps on him, but he doesn't get touched.
Meepo sleeps on everybody.
Yeah.
Well, there used to be the Clarion piles. I
You just go cuddle with Clarion, he's right there.
Calder did that awkward thing where he would like self-exile because he would just assume he's not wanted.
Oh.
Oh God.
Like Calder comes from a very physically and emotionally abusive household. He's not a healthy man.
You should sleep. We've got this. They'll wake up. We'll do watch. Sleep.
And after, like, he doesn't ever sleep. When he does, eventually he will stop after a while. Not done crying, but done for now. You know?
I have applied a long rest to your characters. What else you got, Jeff?
He will before the rest is done, he'll actually write out something. If we get out of here, I will push something into Kretha's hands. You will be welcome at the Cheval Estate.
Oh.
And it will be like emblazoned by his signet ring, so they'll know it's for him.
Oh, you'll notice she does have a signet ring on her. It's like a funky little. It's not really a signet ring, but it's very obviously like a goblet ring, like a goblin ring. Like
A goblin realized, hey, nobles have those things in humans. We should do that.
The Oops
Are we
All
still all
Nobles
nobles?
continues.
She is noble too.
Nice.
We can't break the tradition
Linar's
now.
right. This party
Now
adopts
it's a
small
me.
beings.
We're riding this till the end.